It's great to see you on this bright and sunny, look at this, December day. It's been a while. This is the last MF CASR lunch of the autumn term, and it's great to have Trine Anker with me here today. I think everyone knows Trine. She is a professor of the study of religion with a particular focus on didactics, and she's going to talk about a project that she's working on at the moment, as far as I understand. And the title here is Competition in Terror Remembrance, 22nd of July and Pupils' Contributions. Take it away.
Thank you. Yes, the title is, I will come back to that, or you will understand why I have this title. But now we have seen, it has been 11 years since 77 people were killed by Anders Behring Breivik in the government quarter and at Utøya, the labor youth camp. In 2014, I conducted a study with Marie von der Lippe at University of Bergen, and on how schools have been dealing with this issue since 2011. We found, and other studies have also supported these findings, that very little had been done in schools. The first year, the schools followed the advice from the government, and they all had this memory service to honor the victims. However, this terror attack was not specifically dealt with in the classrooms. The teachers found it difficult to handle for emotional reasons, and they found it difficult to spend time on things that were not in the curriculum. The students, on the other side, formulated that they would have liked to learn more about Breivik's motives and ideology in order to understand more of the reasoning and context behind his actions. This was in 2014, and since our research findings, things have changed. In the new curriculum that was introduced for the schools in 2020, knowledge about the terror attack is now a compulsory part of the curriculum, connected to education about democracy and prevention of extreme attitudes and actions. It was actually the former Minister of Education, Jan Tore Sanner, that took personal action to secure this part of the curriculum in social studies. Textbooks for schools have also included 22nd of July for this reason, and we have also seen a growing public debate on some topics that has been concealed or even tabooed for many years, such as how the survivors have been really prompt at the internet, and this is kind of heartbreaking to learn about how they have been accused for cowardice and wrong political ideology. The conspiracy theory about the Labour Party as a traitor organization, cooperating with multiculturalists and Muslims to give over the country, was not a theory Breivik supported in solitude. In the years since 2011, the development of educational programs and places have taken place. Especially important for the field of education are Utøya and the 22nd of July Center. The Learning Center at Utøya is run in cooperation with the European Red Light Center. The 22nd of July Center is a museum with a role of maintaining memories and create knowledge about 22nd of July. These educational programs focus on the terror attacks as part of a broader education in democracy to create knowledge and work with the idea of prevention. As part of the activities around the 10 years commemoration of 22nd of July, the center announced a competition, therefore, to compete in the terror remembrance for students in secondary and upper secondary schools in Norway. The challenge for the first competition was formulated as 22nd of July, never again, and we cannot forget. This year, a similar competition held place with racism as the topic. And for 2023, the announcement is, what are we going to teach about 22nd of July? The contribution from these competitions are or can be important material for looking into how students in school and teachers work with the topic 22nd of July. What stories they focus on how and how the collective memories of 22nd of July are constructed. not least in educational programs at the 22nd of July Center. Last year, I therefore went into a research cooperation with the center. So far, we have analyzed the students' contributions from the first competition and conducted interviews with teachers involved. And we also have now 2 master students here at MF involved in the project. Julia studies the educational program of the 22nd of July Center, and she is doing observation when school classes visit. And Endre is here present. I don't see Julia, no. He worked with the material for this year's competition on races. The contributions from the competition vary in quality and style. A lot, I would say. The 22nd of July Center have received drawings, video, rap songs, poems, and even a dance. In the analysis of the material from 2021, the narrative about the national we through messages of love and marches of roses are highly dominant. The red rose can be seen as a main symbol of what 22nd of July has become in the students' stories. There are so many red roses in these contributions.
For just a moment, some of our people online aren't hearing you as clearly as they were hearing the Vingeborg. I don't know if it needs to be moved up or hopefully that works.
Okay.
So sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no.
You have extra time now.
Okay. Is it better now? You can ask them.
Okay, I will ask. But
If not, just point at me and I'll give her my mic, okay?
okay.
Jag tänkte att det blev mer bevegelse. Okay, we try.
Yes.
Okay,
They say it's a bit better.
it's a bit better, but you.
Yeah, just go ahead. Just talk and I'll give you this one.
They're both, but maybe there's something a little off.
Okay, we try. Yeah, so as I said, the red roses has been this main symbol, and in the material there are so many red roses in drawings and figures and everything. And they work kind of as a symbol of love, and also as a symbol for the victims. But it's not, at least it seems, connected to the red rose symbol of the Labour Party. The narrative about democracy is also present in many contributions. Norway as a nation was attacked in its very democratic principles, but has just grown stronger on this experience. And as Claudia Lenz writes about in her article on 22nd of July, narratives, the national narrative is often presented as solidified after the attack. Breivik, as an outsider, is made a main topic also in some contribution. This is seen as kind of healing process. How can we prevent the attack as this by including every pupil in school? Other part of the material also focus on the perpetrator, but then in the role as a gunman. And of course, these are young people, so they also play with this kind of terror and shooting and things. Some of the contribution were not possible to take into the committee because there were shootings and there was survivor in the committee, so they couldn't really use it. These are all mostly small videos, and fear and loss are the main ingredients. Loss of young people and their opportunities are found. The task for the competition, never forget, is mostly like to the victims. We should not forget them and not the violence. However, the slogan seldom invites to think in a broader frame. There are some contributions speaking about the Eurabia conspiracy. These are mainly written essays, and they speak about knowledge to avoid future event. In one video, a student acts as a school kid version of Breivik, and he talks about the conspiracy. Then the narrator in the video states that here he could have been stopped, and the story would have been very different. Utøya is also showed in many of the contribution, and it has come this kind of mythical place. It's the heart shape of the island, and many of the contributions point to, and it's also reproduced in models and drawings. When Utøya is the center of the contribution, it plays heavily on emotions, feelings of fear, sorrow, and love. In the few parts of the material focus on the government quarter, The students use video clips from Norwegian Broadcast Company and picture from the government building. These focus on action, the smoke, the chaos, the wounded, but not with the same emotional involvement. That is not so strange. I mean, these are young people and are, of course, more closer to what happened at Utøya. The contributions with the best scores from the evaluation committee are creative and in images and language. The second best shows the stream flowing quietly. On the bank of the stream stands red and white letters, forming the word racism. The word is mirrored in the stream, but the mirror image spells equality. The winning contribution is a professional conducted video with two girls. They use different symbols with a red rose painted in black, a clock falling to pieces. They talk about how the attacks of democracy and freedom happen in this very moment, other places in the world. As such, they are connecting past and present. This terror is not something we are done with, hence the importance of remembrance. So this is just a very small taste of the beginnings of the analysis of this material. In the interviews with the teacher, they all say that they have encouraged the process and to make the students take part in the competition. And they have also included 22nd of July as topic in their teaching, but they have not followed closely up. And we see that in many of the contributions. Some teachers also say that they were disappointed about the contribution, but still sent them in. In most cases, the student had voted for which contribution the class should send. And the teacher did this as a democratic process, but complained in the interviews about how popularity, not quality, was winning in the voting process. This has led to a different strategy from the 22nd of July Center in framing the competition and make more advices and material for the teachers. It will be interesting to follow up this process with analysis of the new material, as Endre is working with on now, and also to see how the 22nd of July Center will work further on these competitions. Thank you.
Thank you.